My name is Mary Sinclitico, and we are at the Pescadero Ocean View Ranch in Pescadero, California. Wow, I don't know where to begin. The biggest thing is that it's so close to San Francisco and the Bay Area. The location is just tremendous. It's just about an hour to San Francisco. If you go south, you're in Santa Cruz. If you just go north, in 30 minutes, you can be in Half Moon Bay. What makes that so important is that you can live here full time. That's one thing, is the location, yet you're here and you're miles away and so beautiful. You can look out at the ocean. The little town of Pescadero is only 2.5 miles away. It's just a lovely location. And it's more than just a bedroom community. It is a community unto itself. We're very fortunate to live here. We've been here 20 years. I love Pescadero. It's just a great place. And people come for miles around and have for years. When you mention Pescadero, everybody asks about Duarts. Pescadero is it's kind of an amazing conglomeration of things for being such a small town. There's a tremendous number of recreational opportunities. Many people use the area for bicycling, kayaking, hiking. There's half a dozen state parks within 5 miles of this place. Pescadero State Beach, you've got Pebble Beach, just a tremendous variety and all very easy to access. And this is before you even get on the ranch. We came here with the idea that we wanted peace and quiet. My husband loves quiet, and I needed just some time, some space. We had horses, and I had a young daughter who was just entering high school. We came here, searching for that, and we really found it. The light here is so beautiful, the nature, the sky, the wildlife, everything. It was just what the doctor ordered, and here I am 20 years later. One of the main things about this property is the diversity. The main residence, which is up on a hill, which has panoramic ocean views. You go down to the valley, which has the 20 acres of prime ag and a large pond. You keep driving and you're up at the vintage farmhouse where you look out and you see rolling grasslands. The views are all, they're diverse. You can go on the property and see an oak meadow, the ocean, or rolling grasslands. The main house is a transitional style Mediterranean house. It's 5,100 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 4 full baths, 2 half baths. It has a library, a tower view room, and a rooftop lookout. And we are the second owners of it. Other residence on the property is a vintage farmhouse. It's a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, has the original clawfoot tub, wood stove heat. We use that primarily as a rental property. It's far enough away from the main house that we've used it over the years as a rental. The prior owners used that as a bunkhouse or a guest house. So then in terms of the utility outbuildings, we've got a fairly large cattle barn, which we use for our horses and our goats. You've got a large equipment barn area that my husband uses, kind of a skunk works for his toy making business. The minute I saw the pond, I knew I had to have this place. It's really rare to have that size of a recreational water all to yourself. It was just really very beautiful. That's where we usually entertain on the property. We've parked a vintage Airstream down there to give us a little shelter, kitchen, bathroom, and we have a boat dock out there that Ray built me as kind of a gift. It's just heaven down there. There's quite a bit of water on the property. We have a seasonal stream in addition to the pond. We've got a couple of ag wells. We got one up here in the house that services the landscaping. Near the vintage farmhouse, we have another clear well. We purchased the house from a gentleman by the name of D. Hawk and his wife Beryl, who put the main house up. He was the founder of Visa International. The vintage farmhouse, the lore of that is it was occupied by bootleggers back in the early part of the 1900s. Whenever you mention that house, everybody will tell you about who they know that were married down there. There was an old timer, I talked to him about the property, and he said that he used to cut barley here back in the 50s. Wildlife is one of the main components of this place, just starting with the obvious, the deer and turkeys. There's bobcats, there's mountain lion. We see a little lizard running around here. There's all sorts of birds of prey, just about anything you can imagine. I first met Todd. I called on an internet ad that he had for one of his other properties. It was probably 4 or 5 years ago. He was quite knowledgeable. He took Ray and I out to see the land. We didn't end up making an offer, but I remembered him. When it came time to put this property on the market, we had it listed for quite a while with different agents, and I was looking for somebody different, and I chose Todd, and I haven't been sorry. We are so pleased with everything he's done for us. He's made more of an effort to come out here all the way from Vacaville than some of the local people did, so we're really pleased.
My name's Todd Renfrew. I'm with California Outdoor Properties. I'm sitting in an amazing property just outside the ocean in Pescadero, California. It obviously has a beautiful house, the views of the ocean, but what really struck me is the land. I drove around with the owners, we looked at the property, and it's just, the layout is just perfect. It has its own private little valley, the hay barn, the cow barn, the vintage farmhouse are all have their own little niche in this property, and it's put together really well. They did a wonderful job with all the trails, hiking, horseback riding, whatever you want to do, it's all here. It's your own little park right outside the ocean. There's 3 legal parcels that you could do some lot lines to move things around. There's 2 11-acre parcels at the end of the property that have ocean views that you could develop if you want to. The entire property is special. If it was up to me, I wouldn't change this property, I'd just leave it the way it is. It's set up just really nice. As you sell land, water is probably the most important thing to a property. The owners have done a great job. The water storage, there's tanks, they're nicely hidden so you can't see them. You obviously have the pond, which is just a really impressive pond. It's a healthy pond, and it also can be used as agricultural. Obviously, with all this water, it's a magnet for wildlife, and it's almost like a growing deer here, because there's deer everywhere. The quail, the turkey, it's a sanctuary.
We've lived here for 20 years, and we're now both in our 60s, and it's really time to retire. My husband is fixing up a 1972 Airstream. He's doing a ground-up restoration. So we're going to see more of the family. We're going to do a little traveling, spend a lot more time together. And then I don't know, but that's basically why we're selling. We're just going to retire. And we're going to tour the country for a while in our Airstream.